This lesson's going to cover how to create a projection for a student and all the steps that are coming after that. Reviewing the transcript or the placement test, creating the projection, emailing it to the student, etc. So let's first take a look at a student's transcript. Alright, here's a fax of a student's transcript. This is a ninth grade student, as you can see here. School year 2010-2011, and we can see here that this student was enrolled in these courses and earned half a credit for each one. So she is enrolling with us for half a year to complete these courses. So this is a fairly simple projection to do. We can see, exactly the credits that she earned, and most likely she wants to just finish the courses that she started. So what we would do next is open up the projection document, which is in the Dropbox in the Bridgeway folder. So you would just click on My Documents. I'll do that here real quickly, and then My Dropbox. Let's get this over here so you can see it. And then we're going to look in the Bridgeway folder for the projection document. In this folder, it's probably going to want to save this in your own Dropbox. But I have a projection, and then I have a projection for just ninth graders, which has our typical course of study, just to make things a little quicker. So here we go. Now I have my Word doc open. I can get this all in the shot here. Alright, things we want to pay careful attention to is that the school year is correct. Alright, and then we would put the note of the transferred school here. Just list the courses that this student took, the amount of credit that she received, and then go ahead and list the courses that you plan for her to take to finish ninth grade. Okay, so now I've completed all the courses. I've listed the courses that she's taken, and along with the grade that she received for that course, and then highlighted the courses that I'm recommending that she take to complete the ninth grade year. And then filling it in with our standard course of study, using our requirements for graduation doc as a reference. In addition to the core, making sure that she's completed the core, I'm also making sure that she's getting art, music, she already had health, and public speaking at some point in her high school years, as well as the credit of PE. Alright, so once I've completed the projection, I am going to save it into my Dropbox. Actually, because I'm working with my template, I need to do a save as. So that's going to go into my Dropbox in my students file under the student's name. So I've got a folder here for each student's name. Here she is, going to make it her name. Go ahead and save it. Then what I do is I also save a PDF right into the same Dropbox folder. That way I can send the PDF to the student rather than a Word doc in case they don't have Word or the newest version of Word. It just makes it easier. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to my Kazelli, and I'm going to send this projection to the student. So I'm on my contact card, and I'm going to send the student an email by clicking on my template and scrolling down till I find the template that says projection. Projection letter. I'm going to click on that, and then I am going to attach the projection. So the letter's all ready to go. I would recommend that you take time to read the letter, look at the attachments, And then I'm going to go from my computer, browse into my Dropbox. I know you can't quite see that. I'll pull this over here. My student files. Then I'm going to look for the student and go ahead and attach that projection. Okay, and then I would just go back to my right email and then I would send the email. I'm not going to do that because I've already sent the student their email. The process is more or less the same for students after they've taken the placement test, but instead of looking at a transcript, you're actually going to look at their Compass Learning test results. So to do that, you're going to be in your Compass Learning. Okay, so you're just going to log into Compass Learning, and you're going to look under My Assignments, or then to your class progress. And you're going to locate your student. Let's see if I can find a good one here. Okay, so I take a quick look here and see that this student hasn't quite finished. They haven't started this particular placement test, but just to show you how it works here, I can click on Details next to the portion of the placement test. 94 on vocab, 90 on reading comprehension, 80 on grammar. I'm not too worried about this student, whether they take that writing or not. 92 on math, 98 on math part 2. So this tells me this student, the placement test tests up through 8th grade, so definitely ready for algebra, really strong in math. Would probably consider giving this student honors algebra. This looks really good. So then what I would do is I would just go back over to my projection. I would open up my typical 9th grade track projection. And here I am in my Dropbox again. I'm opening up my 9th grade projection. I would check my year, make sure that put the student's name in there, the proper course of study. Trying to get this a little bigger in here. And then I would just make adjustments. I would change this to honors algebra, English 1, 2, 3, and 4. Probably not start the student in earth science since they're strong. Put them in biology, chemistry, physics, possibly that track here. Maybe consider an AP or macro or microeconomics further on in the high school, and make whatever adjustments I can. Of course, I'm going to look at their student, should have mentioned this earlier, also going to be looking at their student pre-selection, something we just added, so got to remember to do that. Let me show you that. So I'm going to look at the spreadsheet. Let me get on a new page here. I'm going to look into my spreadsheet, the high school selection form, take a look at what the student might have pre-selected if they completed the form. So I'm just going to go through and see any notes about the student. This will give me an idea of what their future plans are, what track they want to be on, etc. So I want to be sure and look at that. So they put some notes over here under future plans and special considerations. And then I will complete their projection and then go through the same steps to email it to them. Now, if I haven't heard from them after I emailed it to them within 24 hours, I'm going to give them a call, make sure that we finalize everything and get their courses set up. Of course, I've got to make sure all the financial commitment form has been returned, that if they're doing an installment contract, that the installment contract, the TFC contract, has also been returned. So those are the pieces I'm going to be looking for, and then I can go ahead and set up their courses.